The Panorama viewers who live in this house in County Durham have 6 children. Their total income is over £50 a week. Of that, 4 shillings in the pound go on food. But they're fortunate in that they spend remarkably little on rent, less than a shilling in every pound. Of course, this isn't a typical household. The husband is a successful industrial chemist. And yet he says that after tax, he has little left for drink or luxuries, although he can indulge in such hobbies as a tape recorder. At Ilfracombe in Devon, we found one of the richest of our letter-writing viewers. Here, the budget was sent in by the wife, with her personal income of £101 a week. £56 goes at once on income and surtax. The house and its upkeep with gardener and servant costs £13. But food for the 2 of them is only £4 a week. The budget includes an unusual item, £6 a week on charity. But those 2, of course, are the exceptions. Most people's budgets are under £12 a week. In this group, rent takes a fifth of weekly earnings. Food works out at 1/3 for couples without children and a half to 2/3 for parents with 2 children or more. Spending on food doesn't seem to increase much with the number of children. Fuel averages a tenth of the income, and husband's pocket money 20 to 30 shillings. Here's a house in a typical dormitory estate near London. The husband is a clerk in a catering firm, the children are grown up. And I started here with a housewife who has £8 handed to her each week.
Well, of course, in a little house like this, you've got a lot of expenses. Decorating and things like that I do myself. Wallpaper a room out and whitewash it and paint the woodwork. And also I grow salad stuff in the garden.
You've got a garden, have you?
Yes, got quite a nice long garden out the back. Cabbage is growing out there at the moment. And beet and things like that in the summer. And until recently I did keep hens and always had eggs.
But you reckon to do quite a lot for yourself?
Oh, yes, I do, yes. I can stand on my own feet all right.
I see that here you've only got 13 bob for the mortgage. Well, how is it so little?
Yes, well, the reason for that is because we've nearly completed payment on the house. We've been here 20 years now, and of course when we came years ago, one only had to put down £25 a week, £25 down on the house, and pay £2.13 and 5 a month repayments to the Building Society.
Was it pretty tough to begin with when you
Well,
took
it
out
was
this mortgage?
at the start because I came out here with 2 small children, but I suppose you could say it was almost as tough as it is for some youngsters nowadays. But it was much better than living in flats in London.
But now you reckon that it was worth it, do you?
Oh, my word, I wouldn't go into a rented house for anything now.
See, now the food, I see you spend about, well, £4.15, something like that a week. Just for the 2 of you?
Yes,
quite a lot,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes. Well, it isn't really, because I have daughter here with me at the moment, and she drops in and out, you know.
Eats a good bit, does she?
Well, she doesn't eat an awful lot. I think Dad and I eat the most. I keep a good table, you know. And our main item is food, because neither of us drink. We're not keen on alcoholic drinks, although we don't mind anybody else having one, and we'll have one with them at Christmas time.
Do you enjoy housekeeping?
Oh, rather. I love it. I love cooking.
Do you enjoy the budgeting and...
Yes, I do. I like to make ends meet, and I like to, well, I wouldn't say get something out of nothing, but I like to think that I've really got a bargain if I buy anything. I wouldn't throw my money away on something just because I fancied it, you know. I don't think about it twice. Now the next group, £12 to £20 a week. The averages here are these. Rent, about the same proportion, a fifth. Food, without children, is only a quarter, with children, about a third of total spending. And that leaves something over for other things. 5 or 10 shillings a week for a telephone, a bit for household gadgets, 30 shillings sometimes for a car, or 15 shillings a week towards an annual holiday. But you still have to be careful. Here, for example, only the television set is on hire purchase. There are, of course, exceptions, some surprising. Why, for example, should a family like this one, with 4 children, just in the 12 to 20 pound group, spend as much a week on mortgage and rates as they do on food, the best part of £5.
Well, I found that looking around the district that the rents were so high to accommodate a family of our size, and in reality you couldn't rent a place. We found it very, very difficult. Well, my wife actually picked this house out, and it was the type of frontage she liked, the type of street. The school was very handy for the children, and well, there we are. I just said, yes, we'll do it.
Mrs. Brocklehurst, I see that another £4.5 goes on food. Do you find it easy to feed 6 people on just over £4?
Yes, well, we have plain food. We don't, of course, we don't go in for luxuries, but I must say we do have our meat allowance, as my husband is a butcher, and I find some weeks I spend, say, £2.10. That's usually my limit for groceries alone, and about £1 for green groceries, and about 15 shillings for milk. And sometimes there's little extras, like anything from the chemist, like toothpaste, and
so you're pretty pushed, are you?
yes, sometimes I am, and sometimes I can save the odd shilling or two, but I do have to look at the pennies. But
Will you not prefer to have more money to spend on food and to spend less on rent?
well, yes, I would like a little bit more. Sometimes I feel rather frustrated because I haven't got sufficient in my purse to say, give the children, they come to me and say, Mummy, can I have threepence for some sweeties? I say, I'm sorry, darling, I just haven't got it this morning.
But do you prefer, in fact, to live in a neighbourhood like this and pay a bit more and have less to spend on food than the other way around, do you?
Yes, I think so, because, well, my neighbours are very nice, and the school is only just at the end of this road, and it's very convenient for the children. I haven't got to...
£6 for, say, if you had £6 for food and neighbours that weren't so nice, you wouldn't be so happy, would you?
No, I don't think so. No. I'd sooner have it as we are. We're quite happy as we are.
Our third group is the over £20 a week earners. Rent again is a fifth, and food, a progressively smaller proportion, of course, a quarter. There seems to be no more spare cash here than in either of the other two groups. The extra earnings go on school fees, magazines, telephones, and, of course, income tax. These people in the over £20 group seem to be tired of being told by others that they must be rolling in money.
Well, I was so often annoyed by the fact that people wrote to newspapers and magazines saying that they could keep their children on a few pounds a week, perhaps buying food for all of them on about £4, and I thought I'd like to show how we made our money.
Well, now, Mrs. Elliot has a job as well, and with her husband's income, that makes it up to £30 a week that they get. They've got 3 girls who are all at grammar school. And Mrs. Elliot submitted a very complete list of expenditure here, which doesn't seem to show very much over. And there are no very large items. The biggest, I think, is £7.10 for food.
What would happen, do you think, if you weren't able to go on working? Would it make an enormous difference?
It would, very drastically.
What do you think
Yes,
you'd
I
have to
think,
do?
well, we'd have to cut down very drastically.
Would you be able to live here, do you think?
Well, we might be able to, but we should have to give up a lot of the things we do now. Probably no holidays and less clothes.
When your children were young, you didn't work, I suppose.
No.
Was it very hard then?
Well, it was a struggle, but the cost of living has increased so much in the last 3 years that I think that has made a difference. And, of course, we had school fees to pay then.
And do you manage to save anything at all now?
No, nothing.
Nothing in money?
No.
Though you do save a little, of course, through your mortgage
Yes, and
your life
insurance.
insurance. You've got a telephone, I know, but there's no bill for a telephone down here.
No, because we're going to have it cut off after Christmas.
You don't think it's worthwhile?
No, not really. Most of our calls we make during the day. Very few are made when we're home. And I think it's a waste. It's so expensive for the short, small number of calls you make.
Have you ever had a car?
When the children were young, but when school fees came along, we just had to give it up. And we couldn't manage.
You just couldn't run a car?
No,
I think.
I'm quite sure we couldn't.
But you're probably going to be all right in 5 or 6 years' time when your children are earning, aren't you?
Well, that depends. They probably all want to go to college, or they get married, and we probably shan't be much better off.
Well,
We just hope.